Quick introduction before we get into the first impressions. I've been playing gachas ever since 2015, starting with Bleach Brave Souls, and then moving on to Genshin, Epic 7, and then Star Rail. I actively play Genshin and Star Rail and play Epic 7 on and off. I'm a player that enjoys reading what everything does and build characters on my own rather than looking up guides and metas, etc. Punishing Grey Raven has been brought up a lot by Mr. Techtown lately because of the whole Genshin discussion that went on these last couple of weeks regarding the attitude of the Genshin Impact fanbase against the choices of Hoyoverse and how the company was able to siphon the souls of these players because they hold a monopoly in the game market and the players, honestly, not knowing any better. So, this piqued my interest, and I tried out the worst marketed best game for myself. This is how my first hour of Punishing Grey Raven went. We have a story. In a few short years, the virus, blah blah blah. Okay. The courageous choices you make today will light a new flame, a glittering star in the darkness. The beginning of the story tells a little bit about us, the Commandant, existing in a post-apocalyptic, infested world, fighting against robots called the Corrupted, together with humanity's last hope type of group, Grey Raven, that works with cyborgs called constructs. We're thrusted into the story with a bloodied Lucia, whom I kept on calling Lucia, who was not doing so good after battling a lot of Corrupted. While she's down, she asks us how much of anti-punishing serum we have left, which implies that there's some sort of toxin outside that is harmful for humans. And then, right after that, she asks us to
Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors.
What?
We link our consciousness, so that our mind beacon would allow her to stay sane after we disable her pain receptors. She shuts down for a little bit, and then saves our ass in the very last moment of a potential beating. Initialization complete. Consciousness. Lucia. Online. Oh, she's back. It's finally time to get a taste of the combat. So, it took me a while to understand the combat because I didn't really understand what the tutorial text bubbles were talking about, but I got the hang of it later. The combat revolves around these little bubbles of skill points called orbs. You get them by attacking, and you can use the same colored orbs together and ping them. Every aspect of combat uses a system requiring a multiple orb ping that triggers certain effects, like Lucia's initial move. The bigger multi-ping you get, the bigger percentage of damage you deal. Or this item set bonus that makes you do more damage. Oh, there's also Perfect Dodge, which slows down time for a tiny moment, and an ultimate ability. Okay, we got ult. After the introduction to combat, we meet with the rest of the crew, Lee and Liv. Beneath the shadows stand a disconnected-looking teenager, oh hell no, and somewhat reluctant and petite girl. Oh hell no, what the fuck, hell no. We recite the whole, I disabled my pain receptors, it's okay. And it looks like they went through struggles of their own, and now Liv's weapons are not in a usable state. Anyway, after catching up, we go to a rendezvous point to meet with an engineering crew for setting up a base. But to our surprise, there was someone else waiting for us. Is that? Yeah, I think that's just white-haired Lucia. She beats the fuck out of Lucia and deflects a bullet we shoot from our Glock 17, so we, the Commandant, take out a culinary emergency butter knife to threaten her. Take out a combat knife? Have you seen what the fuck she did? What combat knife, dog? Yeah, after this point I accepted that I wasn't really interested in the story of this game, so I skipped the rest. Sorry. Though there are a couple of things I want to point out about the game for anyone that's interested. The game you play on PC is a PC port, not a PC version, so the UI and the graphics are the same as the mobile version. But the game plays quite smoothly, and I've had no performance issues nor glitches throughout my playthrough, so good on them. You get a free 5-star at the start of the game, that's pretty good. I picked Lee because he was a DPS character, you gotta do your own research if you want him in max. Speaking of Lee, this game has dudes too, so it does not look like a waifu game. I personally am not a big fan of waifu games because I'm not a Coomer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just not. Damn, she's... Holy shit. I think I just fell in love, eh? The combat feels a little bit like Soul Worker, if you've played it before, so it flows pretty well, and honestly, I can say that it deserves all the praise the game has gotten. I can imagine myself having a blast because it's not just button mashing, you have to pay attention while playing. It honestly felt like a breath of fresh air. If I must put something that I didn't enjoy much in this first impression video, it would have to be the shortness of the stages. I got in one and got out of it within the span of 45 seconds usually, but that could very well just be the beginning stages, so I can't speak for sure. Alright, so just to sum everything up and give some final thoughts, I enjoyed the game. I'm glad I experienced the combat, which excites me more, honestly, for Wuthering Waves, because Kuro Games looks like they know how to design good combat, but overall, Punishing Gray Raven wasn't appealing enough for me to make me continue playing. And I really want to emphasize the for me part, because I 100% encourage you to try the game out yourself. I kind of want to do like an off-script part for the end. Hi, hello, this is Prim. I'm not reading a script right now. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I stream on Twitch sometimes when I feel...